Hello there, my name is Patty and today I'm watching YELLOWJACKETS Season 3, Episode 8. They definitely ate in the last episodes, so it's time to figure out if they do in this one. We have officially reached the final 3 episodes, which means anything could happen. Personally, I think it's just gonna be hit after hit after hit after hit. Or as our great prophet Lady Gaga once said,
no sleep. Bus, club, another club, plane, next place.
Exactly, no sleep. The episode is called A Normal, Boring Life, which could definitely not serve as a working title for Shauna Shipman's autobiography. Or actually, any of the girls' biography, if you really think about it. Hilary Swank is finally scheduled to appear on a YELLOWJACKETS episode, which means, supposedly, we're finding out who she is, and I personally can't wait any longer for that reveal, so let's get into it. Shauna? Young Shauna? Oh, she looks so much like Melanie Lynskey in this. What the heck? This is Melanie Lynskey.
They're the same picture.
Those big, sad brown eyes. Can't get over the fact that they're blue in real life.
You already scanned that one.
Hello, Ella.
What are you doing here?
Sorry, what? Why does she look like that? Jump scare. They gave her the Shauna soccer mom look, kinda, huh? Aw, her favorite.
Hey, Shipman, come on.
Stop calling me Shipman. I fucking hate it.
Oh.
Since when?
Since always.
But she never
Why?
told her.
Say
Yeah. So maybe she does not make Melissa call her Shipman.
You're drawn to the light.
Moth's first raw interpretation of that last sentence, especially, drawn to the light, you should have known better. Moths to a flame, they were dancing around. That's why they were found by the frog scientists, because they were being loud and had a fire going. But there's so many more layers in this. Layers that I can't even begin to understand right now. Americans, why do you guys always leave your doors open? I'll never understand. Welcome to the closet, Shauna Shipman. You never really left, except when you were out in the wilderness, but back home you were always in the closet, kind of, potentially, I don't know. I'm certain of it. The person that is credited as woman in the subtitles right now, that is Hilary Swank playing Melissa. Alex is the frog daughter. I don't know about that child.
More lesbians.
Don't look at me. I love apples.
Oh no! Sorry. Oh god, they actually did it. They actually did it. Jail. You can't. This might be the funniest thing they've ever done on this show. This is the only confirmation that we need that this is Melissa.
Oh, you couldn't fill it up like a real wife would?
Wife? So Melissa is married to the frog scientist's daughter. Wow.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Melissa laughs. It was in the subtitles. I'm not surprised. Last episode, I kind of really bought into that throwaway comment that Melissa and Jen are dead, which was so stupid of me. If you go all the way back to the premiere, so was it episode 1 or episode 2 where Shauna and Melissa kissed, they already completely implied and let us down the road, laid the groundwork for it. So it is a natural progression of that storyline to now come to fruition here. And I guess she got married to Hannah's daughter and they have a kid. A lot to unpack here. Is she gonna find her in the closet and make a comment about it?
You have no idea whose house you just walked into.
Ooh, I do. I do know who you are.
Actually,
I do.
I'm pretty sure I do, Melissa.
That is how you come out of the closet.
What are you doing
Oh,
alive?
so she didn't know? Then why the side eye? Why the side eye last episode?
I'm not gonna talk to you with a knife in your hand and no knife in mine.
But you know, last time you talked and you didn't have a knife, but Shauna had one, you guys made out, so.
A lot's happened in the last 25 years.
Let me quickly talk about the hat, because I kind of get it. I get why they did this, because imagine you're a producer or writer, whatever, you're creating this show, and you have a character that has such an obvious trademark or like such an obvious gimmick. Of course you're going to reveal that character is alive 25 years later. Of course you're going to do it with that gimmick. Of course you're going to do it with that hat. I mean, obviously we would not have recognized her without the hat. It's such a funny opportunity. I would do it too, but maybe we'll get a backstory as to why she's wearing that hat around the house.
It's time to think about palliative care.
Ooh, okay, Ty, it's time to kill someone. Come on, chop, chop. Chop, chop, girl.
You have some time.
Don't touch me.
Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, help her kill someone. That was kind of rude how we left her last episode. You're so lucky. No one went looking for her. Didn't realize she was gone.
Now that's bullying. Did you see that?
But to be fair, they had other problems.
It's a pretty rough hike to the pickup point. You sure you guys are prepared?
Are you tough enough for the job?
No.
Okay, it's just these two. They made a deal with him and they are gonna get out of there without the others. But can we really trust this man? I mean, his name is Kodiak. Akila, you saw a bear in your vision.
What day is it? Can you get it out? Did Mulder and Scully get together?
Most important question.
Who are you?
Oh, she doesn't know.
They searched for months, but...
What?
Where did it go? I can't find it.
You have to be kidding me.
Lottie's just minding her own business.
I don't even know where I am right now. You don't seem to know a lot of things.
Shauna.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
She's not the captain.
Neither are you.
Yeah, because she's fucking dead.
I'ma fucking rip your face off, bitch.
Tensions are running high.
You obviously all left us out here to die.
I don't know. Shauna Shipman is so deeply unserious. She takes everything so personally.
If she calls you, tell her to get her ass back here, stat.
Misty, don't. Misty?
Why did it look like Kelly laughed? Was that her breaking character?
We all went to your funeral. It turns out if you leave
Oh.
a suicide note, even without a body.
I told you last episode, Jen and Melissa are both dead. It doesn't mean they died in the wilderness. Could mean this. They died after the wilderness. But in her case, she faked her death, obviously.
Are you still in love with me?
What?
Oh my god.
How do you come to that conclusion?
What? Pardon me?
Oh, she faked her death because I married Jeff, and she was still in love with me. Shauna, I love you, girl, but not everything is about you.
And you scared the absolute fucking shit out of me.
Valid. She scares me too.
I don't believe in the glorification of murder. I do believe in the empowerment of women.
Hannah told me where to find it. She begged me to give it to her daughter if I ever made it back home.
Okay.
You married her instead.
It's getting weird.
This isn't some sympathy marriage or fucked up version of survivor's guilt.
Like your marriage is, Shauna? Why do I feel like she's gonna stab her?
None of that matters to me.
The camera zoom?
Sit.
Sit.
I thought she was just gonna... Oh god, she's still wearing... She's not even in the wilderness, and she still dresses like she is. What are those pantaloons? I love how both of them are just like in this stance.
Oh, fuck.
More.
I actually give up.
Everyone, pack what you can for 6 days.
Maybe you didn't hear it the first time, but you're not in charge anymore.
It's fucking rescue.
We'll say whatever you want us to say.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, Jan.
You can finally go home.
Lottie in the background. Oh.
We can't
Oh.
go back.
Jesus Christ. Why the fuck not?
Lottie Nat Crumb. They're talking to each other, but at the same time, it's probably not gonna be good, so.
Because we don't belong there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Really, Lottie? Why the fuck should we listen to you?
I was in pure shock. I thought I might have misheard.
Oh, baby. How do I decide to interpret that moment between Shauna and Lottie just now? It makes sense that Lottie feels that way because she finally feels like she has a purpose. She, you know, the voices in her head or the wilderness is talking to her and she's understanding it. Or for the first time, she feels like she is understanding something that's going on in her head. Obviously, she wants to keep it that way. If she goes back home, she's gonna be thrust back into her normal life, pre-crash, which includes meds and her father telling her that she's crazy. I get why she probably doesn't want to go back. At the same time, Shauna just looked at her in a way that seemed to me like some level of understanding, like maybe she agrees, or part of her agrees at least. A huge part of her life pre-crash is gone with Jackie. Her baby is buried out there. And she now is in a position of power, or at least she's tasting that power, and maybe she enjoys it. And maybe that's why she also doesn't really necessarily want to go home.
I hadn't thought about the tape in years.
She finally took the head off. Okay, let me do something real quick. Oh my god, who is this woman? A random yellow jacket? Melissa the Yellow Jacket? Had to be done, sorry.
Shauna, this was all in the note. What note? The note that I left with the tape.
Kelly. Right, there was a note. I forgot about this.
The only way to truly be safe is to be the only one left.
I can't lose Van.
Ooh, an eye for an eye.
Let's go, lesbian!
She can't do it. God, that poor man.
Does that count?
Does that count? Oh my god, I love her. Next adult survivor reveal. Please let it be Mari Ibarra. Or Aquila.
What if we can't be together
Oh,
when we get back? Do you really think the world has changed that much?
it's a valid fear to have.
Someone could slip up when we get home, and then everyone would know what we did. This will follow us for the rest of our lives.
That was in the trailer.
Getting rescued and going home outweighs all of that.
There is a difference between eating a person because you had to, it was your only choice, your only way of surviving, versus eating another person and because you could. It is a valid... Oh,
we've all seen the pictures. She looks absolutely beautiful. And he's there.
I was gonna say it's a valid thought process.
You're being weird, Melissa.
You left her when she asked you to stay.
I'm fucking thrilled to be rescued.
To get away from you. I knew she was gonna say that.
Just know that I'm still not ruling out killing him for shooting you, so.
Oh my god, I forgive you.
Do you know what the first thing you're gonna do is when we get back?
Girl, get the hint. Shauna is not really that happy to go back.
And I'm not insane.
Jury's out on that one.
Does she know what you did?
Yeah, she does.
And she still loves you?
Jury's kind of out on that one too, though.
Who's lying now?
Do we think Kelly did all the almost killing Shauna stuff?
Freaky little four-eyed mushroom.
What? Excuse you. Do not speak about Misty like that. Four-eyed mushroom? Bro, have you looked in a mirror recently? Lanky as a beanstalk.
I don't think anyone's after Mom.
Oh, I don't either.
Kind of sus.
It's just like... feeling.
The wilderness does not want them to leave yet.
What's wrong?
They're all fine. I had a feeling.
I see dead people.
Goodbye,
Oh no,
Coach.
she's putting Coach there.
I'm sorry you didn't make it to this moment.
Aww.
We are leaving whatever you are behind.
You're not.
Please, I need to see her. I need to be with her.
Oh no.
Let me in.
Let me in, please. Sorry.
Let me in, please!
That was uncalled for.
I'm the only one that can help her. You won't do what needs to be done.
Please!
Oh no, this is so heartbreaking. She's begging to see Van. She just wants to see the love of her life. But her little alter ego is like, no. I get it though. She's like, well, I know what's best for us and for her, but let her see her, please.
Let's fucking do this! Let's fucking go!
Let's go, lesbians, let's go!
Lottie just standing there with her little backpack. Oh, are we splitting up? Oh, Lottie Nat. Lottie Nat. Sorry.
This is home. That's not home, Nat.
I have something to say.
What home do you have to go back to?
Yeah. Oh shit, I knew something like this was gonna come up because the juxtaposition is so interesting. It's so interesting that a character like Van's first reaction to seeing the phone last episode was, I'm gonna call my mom, we're going home. She was so excited to go back home. As a character that doesn't even have the best home life ever, she desperately wants to go home. And now the same for Natalie. That was her first instinct, was also, this is rescue. When we know that she also doesn't have a great home life. And then there's characters like Lottie that on paper have a great home life, you know? She's from a rich family. She has everything, probably. She has a very privileged life, but she doesn't want to go back to that because for the first time ever, she feels like she's understanding what her mind is doing or what her mind is telling her. And people wonder why I ship Lottie Nat. Oh, baby.
If I go back, I won't be well.
Emotional, damn it!
Because on paper, she has this perfect life. People don't necessarily know that she is schizophrenic, don't know that she has been taking meds, that she probably has never truly felt like herself until the wilderness happened. So obviously she doesn't want to go home. Oh, this is so tragic. My favorite word when referring to Lottie Matthews.
I feel it so deeply in my bones. You know what? You stay then.
Divorce, babe, divorce.
Shauna kind of gets it, yeah.
I'm staying too.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Shauna, come on.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Why the fuck would you stay at all?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think that for her, she doesn't really know what life without Jackie. She doesn't really know how she fits in back home. And then also, I think her son is buried there. Her son is in the wilderness. Maybe she also doesn't want to leave him behind.
No. Ty? No. Pick it up.
Oh,
I
no.
have to.
Why?
Breakup era. If you guys keep arguing, the other two are just gonna run off.
We're going.
I think everyone should decide. Oh, Shauna. Ugh, Shauna. I just want to ask the question, why are we not allowing the split? Why are we not allowing people to make the decision for themselves? Why are we now going to force everybody to stay? Oh my god, are we also getting that scene where Shauna holds the gun and it looks like she's pointing it at Melissa? Is she gonna shoot Kodiak? And then they have to stay.
I'm affable.
You're also annoying as fuck.
You stew and you seethe, and you make it everyone else's problem because you hate to be alone. You hate yourself.
Ooh, that's a character study right there. Oh, just like old times. She gonna kiss her? No. Ah! Is she eating it? Is she gonna eat it? Is she gonna eat it? Eat it. Woo. We're truly watching a super unhinged show. Woo! Okay, before we talk about this episode, I think it is time to finally cross off some things here. Honestly, I really slacked off with this one. I refused to cross certain things off because I was not willing to accept Lottie's death. Lottie dies. Crossing that off, unfortunately. Also, I realized that with Lottie's death, I can cross off 2, which I guess was bad planning by me, but I also have one that says adult yellow jacket dies. Bad planning from my side. Sorry about that. What else can I cross off? Maybe we can cross off adult cannibals next episode. I'm not gonna do it now because we don't know if she actually ate the skin, and also, is it cannibalism if it's your own flesh that you're eating? Jury's out on that one. Eating someone alive. You decide if I get to cross that off. Maybe next episode. We have a survivor reveal. I want to cross off Kelly takes after mommy. We have seen her as Shauna's mini-me, and I think we're gonna see more of that too. For now, yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know what? I am gonna cross off Lottie is the father who steps up. She didn't get many scenes, but she was willing to parent Kelly. She was being an adult in Callie's life that was actually giving her attention. I think that's it. If I forgot one, please tell me. It doesn't look like we have a bingo yet, unfortunately. I think we are not gonna get one. Great, now that we have the bingo out of the way, it's time to talk about the episode. And last week, due to scheduling conflicts, I had to record my final thoughts a day after watching the episode and after rewatching and editing, and I kind of really liked it, so this time around I'm doing the same thing. So now I'm speaking to you on Sunday after watching the episode on Friday, and I'll be looking down because my notes are down here. Who cares? Okay, episode 8, let's talk about it. I think it definitely ate. Last week I complained that a lot happens in these episodes, but also nothing at the same time. But this week, I would say that a lot happened, and a lot actually happened. I feel like all the build-up that we've had finally came to fruition, or came to a point where we deserved some explanations, and we got them. Before we get too much into the specifics, I really want to shout out Courtney Eaton's performance this week, or in this episode. I was so moved and captured by it that I didn't comment on it during the reaction. There's just something so so good and so powerful in this performance of this quietness and this stillness, and she does it so well. And I was really, really feeling for Lottie when she said that she wants to stay. That's my baby, that's my Pookie. First thing I want to talk about is Melissa. We have a new adult survivor that was revealed, and how do we feel about it? So in my first initial reaction, I didn't include it in the video, but I did say it at some point, I did not truly connect adult Melissa and young Melissa. This was the first time I had trouble connecting an adult counterpart with a teen. And I don't think that's Hilary Swank's fault. She is an incredibly talented actress. She has the awards to prove that. And in no way, shape, or form do I mean this with disrespect towards her. When I actually went back and edited the episode and therefore rewatched it, I kind of saw that she's really trying to do the Jenna Burgess speech pattern. Like, if you really pay attention, you can tell that she's channeling Melissa. But I think what threw me off so much, and what will continue to throw me off, is the looks. I think they could have put in a bit more effort to make her look more like teen Melissa. They kind of gave her the hat and were like, okay, this is enough. You look like her now. This was one episode, so maybe I will warm up to her. Every time a new survivor gets revealed, the chances for other surviving teens slim. This means adult Melissa kind of makes me more in Mari and Akila. There might still be a chance that these two are also still around, that these two have survived. I don't know, I was really hoping for one of them to be the next survivor that we would meet. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Next one on the list has to be Mari. I really want adult Mari because I really need to see her and her attitude in the adult timeline. It would just work so well. And I want to comment on something that I've seen online that is a bit concerning, but I think should be talked about, and that is that we now have added a new survivor that happens to be white at the same time in the same season as we've killed off a character, an adult survivor that was POC, which now adds up the adult survivors that we know of to 5 white women and 1 black woman. And that does leave a bitter taste in my mouth, considering how many POC characters we have in the teen timeline. Maybe it's wrong to say we got adult Melissa at the expense of Lottie, because these are 2 entirely different characters, and maybe the storyline only worked this way, but it does concern me a little bit, and it is something that I want to pay attention to. I want to see if this is a pattern, or if it's just kind of a coincidence, or it's just the only way that season 3 could and would have worked. If more like this happens, that would be a ginormous red flag for me. Do better. What? Okay, and I just have one comment to make on adult Melissa, and that is, how f***ed up are you for marrying the daughter of a woman that you killed in the wilderness and probably ate? I know this episode is episode 8, but please just imagine that conversation at like a couples therapist office, and it goes like, hey honey, I really have to tell you something, I ate your mom. And it's not in the sexual way that you're thinking right now. I actually kind of ate her in the cannibalistic yum yum barbecue way. Anyways, love you, see you at home. Weird, would not want to be in her position. Moving on, let's talk about the 3 horsemen of the wilderness, Ty, Lottie, and Shauna. They all decided to stay, or they decided that they want to stay for different reasons, and I think I've pointed them out throughout the reaction video, so I don't have to go back and do it again. But I didn't fully point out Ty's. Well, part of her obviously is worried about homophobia. Totally valid. It's still the 90s. People still are not accepting, unfortunately, and it's a valid point that she's worried about that. But I think her bigger worries are actually the ones that make the most sense, and that I would probably also be thinking about as a ginormous overthinker, and that is the repercussions. She's the only person that's kind of not blinded by this opportunity of rescue. She is out here saying, like, we gotta figure this out. Like, we've gotta come up with a plan. We kind of have to destroy the evidence. Like, we can't just go back and expect everything to be normal, expect society to welcome us with open arms. She's so real for that because they have eaten people, and she's the only one that's really thinking about how some of their actions and their little wilderness adventure might look to the outside world, and how they can't really excuse or justify all of their actions. And I think her line of thinking makes a lot of sense, to kind of take that step back and be like, okay, we can still get rescued at a later point, and up until then, let's get rid of the evidence and let's prepare and come up with stories and potentially form that pact. Because we know that at some point they will form a pact, they will come to an agreement, and they will decide to keep everything quiet. Considering Lord of the Flies is a very popular piece of media that deals with the aftermath of a plane crash and also kind of is a bit of source material for this show, I'm surprised that we're not splitting up, or at least it looks like we're staying in one big group, because Shauna's gonna force everybody to stay. No, you guys cannot get rescued, we're all staying. Which is very crazy, why not let people decide for themselves? But it also kind of makes sense. Imagine only half of them get rescued, and of course people are gonna ask questions. So it looks like Shauna might force everybody to stay. One way to do that would be killing Kodiak. At the same time, I'm not sure if it actually is going to pan out that way. I could see him getting killed because of his own stupidity. This man is the embodiment of toxic masculinity, and he stumbled across a bunch of feral teenage girls, and he has no idea what they're capable of. So I feel like this man will severely underestimate the girls, and that might also get him killed. But I am excited to see more of the Kodiak with the girls dynamic, because that man can't handle all that. Circling back to the adults, I feel so sorry for my mothers, Ty and Van. I am so worried, and right now I don't know if Van is actually going to survive. I was really hoping she would, but I have a feeling we're going down this deep and dark path, and there are some scenes in the trailer where Ty just looks completely devastated, so I am incredibly worried about Van. And when it comes to Ty, I'm just out here and I feel so bad for this woman who just loves Van so much, and she doesn't even fully get to appreciate the last moments that she has with her, because her alter ego is coming in and out. We had another scene where we actually physically saw both Tys and even had a conversation between them, and this is really making me wonder at what points during the season did we have normal or our Ty versus other Ty. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's making me go back to all the interactions that Van and Ty had, and I'm trying to figure out if our normal Ty actually got to enjoy a lot of the moments with Van, or if it was all other Ty, because that would make it even more devastating and heartbreaking. I kind of need Van to pull through. I don't care how many people you have to kill. Kill them, please. Misty is kind of trying to keep all her sheep together. She's the shepherd that's trying to figure out where all her sheep went. That also includes keeping Callie and Jeff kind of in the loop. Speaking about Callie, I feel like Girly might be the person behind Shauna's near-death experiences. And then also, I think that Callie is still high on my suspect list for Lottie's murder. It might have been even an agreement, Lottie telling her to do it, or an accident, but I think chances that she at least saw Lottie on the day that she died are very high. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the ending. Shauna kind of unlocked a new level of unhingedness. You know, between killing a rabbit in your garden and feeding it to your family, and then killing your affair, now biting a piece of arm out of your ex-girlfriend's arm kind of takes the cake as most unhinged Shauna Shipman moment. Also because potentially she feeds it to her next episode. Okay, so I guess next week is when we will find out if Melissa loves Arm as much as Justin Bieber does. Until then, take care and do not eat your ex-girlfriend, ex-partner, whatever. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully enjoying this video. I hope I could tickle some smiles out of you today, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.